Assalamualaikum and hi to Madam Suhailah. My name is Siti Nurhaslin Binti Hasim from BA 2435D. In this video, I would like to talk about online learning, what may and may not work. So what is online learning? Online learning can be defined as a method of learning and teaching that use internet technologies to communicate and collaborate in an educational context. Some online platforms that students can use such as Google Meet, Zoom Meeting and Microsoft Teams. So online learning has been implemented in Malaysia in order to continue the academic courses while avoiding people gathering and to reduce the potential risk of the spread of infection. So these sudden changes may affect students' learning effectiveness. So, this is an example of the issue of online learning. In early June 2020, a university student from Sabah has gained public attention in the country for her efforts to take her online examinations. So, Viviana posted a video on her YouTube channel that shows on how she spent 24 hours on a top of a tree in the jungle just to get the best internet connection for her exams on that day. Next, I will explain first the benefits of online learning.
For the first point, online learning may work in terms of accessibility.
This is because students can participate in learning and discussion no matter where they are or what they are doing, as long as they have their laptops, mobile phones and internet with them. As you can see, 63% of students agree that online learning is convenient. For example, students do not have to travel to class and they still can attend to learning and discussion process. Therefore, online learning provide convenience that face-to-face interaction cannot offer to students. For second point, which is online learning promotes better students' participation. As you can see, 40% of students agree with that statement. Every student seems to be active in an online learning because it allows all students to communicate with their lecturer to the use of group forums. For instance, they do not even need to speak or raise their hands to respond to a lecturer's question, and they can always respond to question through the use of group forums or discussion chat. This method actually allows students who are introvert in the classroom to participate more actively in the discussion process.
For the third point, online courses with asynchronous audio feedback may work for students. According to Lee and Farah 2020, it stated that online learning requires 40 until 60% less time to learn than in a traditional classroom setting. This is because students can study at their own pace rather than being afraid of not understanding something while others are already learning something else. For example, some students may prefer to study with asynchronous audio method because it may help them to more concentrate during online learning rather than text feedback only. However, there are some challenges of online learning. For the first point, online learning may not work for students' engagement. According to Muhammad Majid 2020, it stated that 65.9% of students agree that there is a lack of communication among students during online learning. This is difficult for lecturers and students to communicate with each other because they are far apart to have face-to-face interaction. Thus, miscommunication occurs affecting not only instruction but also the quality of the students' work. It will be difficult for introvert students to ask questions about what they do not understand and can cause confusion among students. For the second point, online learning may not work because it limits the interaction of the student with others. As you can see, 56.7% of students agree with that statement. It is difficult for students to interact with one another because they prefer to work face-to-face. For example, it is hard to get all members available online and interact with each other at the same time, in which make it hard to discuss on a task or activity given. Hence, they prefer to have face-to-face interaction where they can get immediate feedback from each other and make the discussion easier. For the last point, online learning may not work if the students are unable to adapt with new situation. It will be difficult for those who need assistance in learning from their lecturer. As you can see, 40% of students agree with that statement. For example, students may not receive immediate feedback from their lecturers and sometimes must wait for their lecturers to be available, in which can cause ineffective learning. So online learning is unsuccessful when there is a lack of feedback from their instructors. Therefore, these students require direct and proper assistance from their lecturer in the form of face-to-face interaction.
In conclusion, the benefits of online learning give a significant impact on our education, especially in higher education today. As technology advances, it is assured that there will be even a greater benefit in the future. So before making a decision, students have to consider both learning approach, which are traditional and online, to balance out all pros and cons. So every student must plan a strategy to overcome the problem and adapt with the new changes. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you.